Hello, 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 everybody. Today is June 20th, 2023. Can't believe where time is going. It is flying. Just waiting for some people to come on. So, weather report. In Southern Ontario, we are having terrible pollution issues with hi Kathleen, with the wildfires all across Canada, um, into Quebec, and down east. Hi, Janice. Thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it. Hi, Catherine. Fred. How are you doing, Fred? So, Fred is in Texas. And yesterday on our news, Fred, it told us that they were having a heat wave of 110. I don't know how you do it. I just don't know how you do it. Terrible weather. I haven't been out. I haven't been out like for weeks, just because of the air quality. And today I can see a few clouds in the sky, which is really, really good. But whew. So it hasn't been great so far. And the days that we are getting warm weather, it's getting very, very humid. This will happen to us, but not as bad as what you're going through, Fred. I feel so bad for you. You should come up here. So today we are going to, yeah, I can understand, Fred. I can just imagine how horrible it is to try and breathe. And do you have high humidity? Very high. That high humidity, everybody doesn't have it, but high humidity means that it makes you feel like you're breathing underwater. I don't know how else to explain it. But it is very, very, very disturbing to have high humidity. And where I am in Canada, we're surrounded by 5 Great Lakes. So our humidity is always high. So I understand what you're going through, Fred. 75 or higher is pretty high. Today we're talking about healing through mindfulness. Hi, Beverly. Being mindful means not falling into old bad habits. It takes practice to come to the point of not taking things or situations personally. Stop being influenced by your surroundings, by the people that are in your surroundings. Meditation is the focus of mindfulness, and we use it to recognize and change bad habits. But it takes a long, long time and lots of practice. When we have a chronic illness, we all have symptoms of differing degrees. Some have passengers of chronic pain. Some have an inability to use their limbs. For those of us with lung disease, it is chronic shortness of breath. Shortness of breath sounds so innocent, but in reality, for me, this continued shortness of breath caused massive fatigue and an inability to participate in life. It has also left me with permanent heart damage as well as low kidney functioning. Regardless of what your symptoms are, none are easier than others. Sometimes we say, oh, you know what, I'd take that over what I have. But they are all simply just different. Sometimes our symptoms get to the point where we cannot enjoy life, and therefore we can't always be there for ourselves. Our symptoms can rob us of the type of life that we wanted to live. We are limited in what we can do now, and none of this was as we expected it to be. We can't find the pleasure we used to feel in the wonders all around us, like the magic of the first snowfall or the warm summer days. We can't even coax ourselves to go out of doors. Living a life of solitude can sometimes make it all much harder to find a reason to fight for a life beyond chronic illness. Friendships become important, especially from those from support groups, having a good rapport with your medical team, and joining provincial organizations or state organizations like Lung Health Foundation. I have gained numerous resources from them, and they have been supporting me. It's necessary to nurture ourselves so that we can see the world in a different light. We need support from those that get it and understand what we are living with. Stop asking people who are able bodied to understand your symptoms. They can't do it any more than you could understand what their symptoms are. It just can't be done unless they suffer. And this is why friendships around our suffering, around our chronic disease, means so much to us. This is usually a true definition of the before and after. We compare life before chronic illness with life after chronic illness. Only then do we start to realize just how much has changed. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens in tiny intervals, a little at a time. And by the time we realize how vast the changes are that have happened, we see that they have become big changes. It's only in the setting of goals that we maintain hope. But when we set goals that are not achieved, it takes all the light away. I am surprised by the amount of people that still ask me, have I bounced back yet? And when am I going to get better? It is as if I had something like a flu or a nasty pneumonia that most people can fight and get over. We know that we're not getting any better. In fact, because our chronic illness is progressive, we will get worse over time. We should savor the time as we do with birthdays and other special days, because when we help ourselves and find goals to achieve, it will be one of the biggest days of our life. Only we have the answers to our healing journey. There are no doctors or friends or anyone else that can do it for you. It is your decision and your decision alone. There's no point in rushing the estimates of how long it will take, because it will take however long it takes. The only conversation that you should be having in your head are the ones that produce a solution. And if they don't produce a solution, let them go. We know when we have COPD that shortness of breath is not going to stop, and waiting for it to stop is going to cause us a world of hurt. We can't always get what we want, but we can learn to do things differently. We can walk a little slower. We can take a little longer. We can use the tools that were given to us, like a walker or a cane. Because when we accept what is, we are on our way to winning. We aren't giving into our chronic illness. Rather, we are learning to tolerate it. Soon our wants will change and you will be amazed at yourself in many different but better ways. This will be our way of moving forward by staying in the present and living one moment and living life one moment at a time. Only you can say how long it will take to regain your life. When you fight through the things that you don't tell people about and you stay strong when giving up would be easier, you have changed. You have become a survivor. Let's sit back in our chair, wherever you are, back nice and straight. Remember to keep those shoulders lowered. When you are hunched up like this and you're using these muscles up here to breathe, it's inefficient breathing. Keep your shoulders lowered, and when you first go to put them down, you will feel very, very sore. I was like an agony. I thought, no way can I do this, but I can, and I did, and I was much better for it. So sit back with your straightened back, shoulders lowered. Take 2 nice deep breaths. Put your hands on your lap, palms up, and close your eyes. Practicing now will help you to make it a habit. When you get into trouble, these habits will become your go-to. Begin to breathe using pursed lips. Inhale through the nose, taking it down to your belly. Hold for a few seconds, and then exhale through pursed lips. So when we exhale through pursed lips, it leaves the flutter open a little bit longer so that you can get more air out than what you're taking in. And when you have emphysema, this is extremely important. Stay in the moment. Use your senses to ground yourself. See, hear, feel, smell, and taste. Pick a sense, any sense that you like. You can have a hard candy in your pocket. You can smell what's going on around you. You can see by focusing on whatever's in front of you. Hear what's going on and feel it. We are working to slow our breathing pattern so that we can breathe more efficiently. Each breath will have more meaning and it will help to calm you. You will be successful when you can do 6 breaths a minute. That was one thing that Derek taught me, and I never quite got there. But if you look it up on Google, you'll get the instructions on how to do 6 breaths in a minute. Each breath will have more meaning and it will help to calm you. Inhale through your nose. Take each breath deep into your belly. Hold it for a few seconds and exhale through pursed lips. Now is the perfect time to inhale hope and light and exhale what no longer serves you. With each breath, take control of who you are and what you want to happen. Please let me know in the comments if you're enjoying this series on mindfulness, if you find value in it, and if you could share this page, I would actually appreciate it. Thanks very much, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.